Good morning. Dr. Dennis Lesniak here with a few more tips to help us deal with being stuck at home. So, last week we talked a lot about water consumption and making sure that we're having enough of that and how it can have a really positive effect if we're drinking enough water. And so it kind of led me into this next one where we're talking about the foods that we are consuming. So right now, everyone's under a lot of stress, and one of the easy go-tos for a lot of people is to eat bad food and eat a lot of bad food. So we might find that we're a little bit hungrier than maybe we have been in the past. And, the question becomes, well, are we bored? Are we dehydrated? So my first tip to you regarding our food choices is just make sure you're drinking enough water before you're starting to have these treats and increased volume of these treats. So that's the first one. If you drink yourself a full glass of water and another 20 minutes go by and you still feel like you need to have that or you're hungry, cool, then you probably are hungry, and in the meantime you got some good water in. Are we eating just because we're bored and it's there? I'm not going to tell you to not have treats or, eat out or anything like that, given the current circumstances right now. We have to deal and manage as best as we can. What I am going to tell you is buy the smallest amounts of those treats, or don't buy to have leftovers when you go to eat out, right? I'd rather see you buy a little bit less, and maybe you're still hungry and then you have to eat something that is a little bit better for you versus, I'll buy more because it's cheaper, because then we have the leftovers and then we got to fight against the desire to eat those, right? So, if you want a candy bar, don't go buy a big bag of Reese cups or Snickers bars or whatever they are. Just buy one and then just eat that. And that will help you minimize how much damage you're doing by eating that junk food. If you're going to eat out, right? Order a little bit less, order a smaller portion, or eat it and get rid of the rest. Yes, I know that wasting food is not something that we should do all of the time, but I would recommend that if we are trying to, manage the situation as best as possible and ordering less is not an option, eat what you want out of that one meal, and then I would recommend either you get rid of it or you give it to somebody else. That way you are not going to end up feeling bad about eating it later. Say that's not an option, getting rid of those things, right? Or you got to buy in a bigger amount because you got your family and stuff like that. Make it more challenging for you to get that bad food, right? So as an example, you can go and put that food, say it's something you normally keep in a cupboard, go put it in your attic or your basement. Put it inside of a box or a container that has a lid on it, whatever, put a couple more boxes on top of it, and then go back about your business. So that way, if you are going to eat it, you have to actually make a concerted effort to go eat it. And it's not just, it's there. And, you eat one and then you eat two and then you eat 10. Make it a deliberate action to go up to the attic, move those 4 boxes, open the other box, open the bag, take out what you want, close the bag, put the lid back on, move the other boxes back on top, and then go all the way back downstairs before you eat it, right? Because you might go up into the attic and be like, well, I'm only gonna have one. You open it and then you crush one, and then you have another one, and then you have another one, right? So try to set yourself up for success and create those barriers to the bad food, to the junk food, to the things that, after you eat them and the sensation of eating the tastiness of it goes away, you kind of feel bad and you're like, why did I do that to myself? This way, you're really making sure it's something you want. And if you want it, awesome, okay? If you have great self-control, cool. You can probably leave it out all day long and you're just gonna have your one and whatever, that's great. This is more for the people who have found themselves, we're at home all day long and it's there and you're like, well, I can't really do any of these other things. I might as well give myself something nice and whatever, right? That way you're helping yourself. And if you're putting it in your attic or your basement, hey, guess what? You're getting in a little bit of exercise. You know, that's a really good way to continue to help yourself. You're staying active throughout the day. And then also use that trick of drinking some water beforehand, right? See if you really want it. Drink 16 ounces of water, wait 20 minutes, and then see where you're at. So again, if you guys have any questions, concerns, or topics you'd like me to discuss, please let me know. I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys are all staying safe. It's starting to get warm out. It's starting to get sunny out. So make sure you're getting appropriate sun exposure, not too much where you're starting to look like a lobster. We got Memorial Day weekend coming up. It's going to be hot, sunny, and beautiful. So make sure you're taking those steps to take care of yourself and stay safe, guys. All right, have a good one.